Winston Churchill's rise to power is a remarkable tale of determination, political acumen, and leadership during some of the most critical periods in world history. Born on November 30, 1874, into the aristocratic Marlborough family, Churchill was destined for a life in politics. His early years were marked by both academic challenges and a rebellious spirit, but he would eventually overcome these obstacles to become one of the most influential figures of the 20th century. Churchill's early political career began in 1900 when he won a seat in Parliament as a Conservative MP. He quickly gained a reputation as an eloquent and passionate speaker, advocating for issues such as social welfare and naval expansion. However, his political journey was not without controversy, and his defection to the Liberal Party in 1904 sparked criticism from some quarters. His ministerial career truly took off in 1905 when he was appointed as Under-Secretary of State for the Colonies. This role allowed him to gain valuable experience in foreign affairs, and he played a significant role in shaping British policy in the African and Asian colonies. Churchill's rise to power was briefly interrupted during World War I, where he served as First Lord of the Admiralty. Despite his enthusiasm and ambition, the Gallipoli campaign's failure in 1915 tarnished his reputation, leading to his demotion and subsequent resignation from the government. Nevertheless, Churchill's political career was far from over. In the 1920s, he returned to the Conservative Party and held various ministerial positions, including Chancellor of the Exchequer. His economic policies, particularly the decision to return to the gold standard, were met with mixed results, and this period was marked by both successes and setbacks. The 1930s were a challenging time for Churchill, as his warnings about the growing threat of Nazi Germany were largely ignored by his peers and the public. He staunchly opposed British appeasement policies toward Hitler, repeatedly calling for military rearmament and a tougher stance. Unfortunately, his reputation as a warmonger led to isolation within his own party, and he found himself out of the government during this critical period. However, when war finally broke out in 1939, Churchill's unwavering commitment to defeating the Nazis became his defining moment. As Germany launched its blitzkrieg on Western Europe, Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain's government crumbled under the pressure. In May 1940, Churchill was called upon to lead the country as Prime Minister. Churchill's speeches during this time, such as the iconic "We Shall Fight on the Beaches" address, rallied the nation and instilled a sense of unity and determination to resist Nazi aggression. His strategic leadership during the Battle of Britain, along with his close collaboration with Allied leaders like President Franklin D. Roosevelt and Joseph Stalin, cemented his position as a vital figure in the fight against fascism. Despite early victories, the war effort was not without challenges, and Churchill faced criticism and political opposition, particularly after the failed Dieppe raid in 1942. Nonetheless, he remained resolute and continued to inspire the British people through his words and actions. As the war drew to a close, Churchill's role in shaping the post-war world became increasingly significant. He attended the Yalta Conference in 1945, where the groundwork for the United Nations was laid. However, as the war ended, his Conservative Party faced defeat in the 1945 general election, and he was replaced as Prime Minister by Clement Attlee, the leader of the Labour Party. Despite his electoral defeat, Churchill's impact on world affairs did not wane. He returned to power as Prime Minister once more in 1951, and during his second term, he played a crucial role in the early days of the Cold War. His Iron Curtain speech in Fulton, Missouri, in 1946, warned of the growing influence of the Soviet Union and advocated for Western unity against communism. Churchill's final years in office were marked by challenges, including health issues, economic struggles, and rising decolonization movements. In 1955, he retired from the office of Prime Minister but remained active in politics and public life. In 1953, he was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II, becoming Sir Winston Churchill. Churchill's impact on history extends far beyond his time in office. He was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1953 for his historical writings and speeches, which showcased his exceptional talent as a writer and orator. His memoirs, particularly the Second World War, have become essential sources for understanding the war's events and decisions. Winston Churchill's rise to power and legacy continue to inspire leaders and citizens worldwide. His determination, courage, and ability to rally his nation during its darkest hours make him a symbol of resilience and strength. His contributions to the defeat of fascism, the shaping of the post-war world, and the fight for democracy and freedom will forever be remembered as some of the most significant achievements in modern history.